First race field is on its way. And they're off to start the Saturday card from Mohawk. And the first one off the wings of the gate from the extreme outside is Friendly Farmer. We see a different side of Friendly Farmer tonight, known for his off-the-pace skills. Tonight he's on the lead in a heartbeat for Randy Waples. Going to tuck in behind him second is the Drunkard. In at the rail third is Secret Weapon, just off the speed now fourth as they move over to the opening quarter. Getting a seat there is He's for Real. Taking a tuck now into that fifth spot for David Miller is Minor D Best. Off the speed further back in the field we go to find horses that have tucked in, including Captain Mo and St. George Island Trails. The opening quarter was a battle-tested 26 and 1/5. And on the point, it's Friendly Farmer. Racing in the pocket spot from second is the Drunkard. Continuing third at the inside is Secret Weapon. He's for Real is fourth. Jammed up on the rail fifth is Minor to Best. Sixth and coming first over from the backfield is Captain Mo. And St. George Island is on the move. Second over from in seventh. He is still about 7 or 8 from the front. And they're at the half in 55 and 3. Onto the far turn they chase Friendly Farmer. It's Friendly Farmer still up front by a length. Right there second, the Drunkard. At the rail in third is Secret Weapon. First up, Captain Mo is fourth. Locked up at the inside fifth is He's for Real. St. George Island is setting up a second over trip from six now. Zeron has him within 5 from the front. And the trailer coming out of the final turn is Minor D Best. It's still Friendly Farmer, the one they're going to try and knock off here. Back in second is the Drunkard. Captain Mo sustaining his first over rally. In at the rail fourth, locked up is Secret Weapon. Wanting out, St. George Island ready to brush from off cover. Three-quarter time 1:25, and it was a pretty easy middle half of 58 and 4. Friendly Farmer will try and finish them off. Here comes the Drunkard. Cutting out across the racetrack now is Luke Willett with Secret Weapon. And here comes Secret Weapon, who thrived on the rail every step of the way, and he'll power past them all. Secret Weapon, a driving off winner in tonight's first race. Finishing second was the Drunkard. Tight battle for third. Either Minor D Best or maybe the pace setter Friendly Farmer. Second race field from Mohawk picks up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing and trying a leading move from the outside is Rare Earth, and it's Rare Earth going to outsprint them all into that first turn. Dr. No is going with them. Admiral's Express is away well from third. In at the rail fourth is Our Lucky Colleen. Hoosier Boys taking off the speed from fifth, and trailing sixth is Spirit of a Shark. Down to the rail first is Dr. No. Here comes Rare Earth thundering up on the outside for Phil Houdon to cross down and clear right at the opening quarter-mile marker, and it's up in 25 and 1/5, the fastest first quarter in the history of Mohawk Racetrack. And on the point, it's Rare Earth. In the pocket spot from second, Dr. No. Racing back in third is Admiral's Express, and fourth at the inside is Our Lucky Colleen. Racing along in fifth is Hoosier Boy, and the trailer from in sixth, we go to Spirit of a Shark. And it's Rare Earth trying to back off some of that hot early speed. Dr. No is right there second. Admiral's Express studies that lead pair from third. In at the rail fourth is Our Lucky Colleen, and they've traveled to the half in 53 and 4. Phil was really able to back it off in the second quarter, and he'll pick it up in the third quarter and try and grab some lengths. It's still Rare Earth by 2 lengths. Dr. No second. Admiral's Express is marching first over third. In at the rail fourth now, trapped in is Our Lucky Colleen. Trying to catch up to cover is Hoosier Boy from fifth. Sixth and last in the field is Spirit of the Shark, but he's only 5 from the front. Miller's rolling him 3 wide right now. They're coming after Rare Earth. Admiral's Express is digging and driving on the outside in the box. Locked up, coming off a turn. Dr. No, 3/4 time in 1:21 and 3. And the Admiral has struck the front for Paul McDonnell. Coming off his cover is Our Lucky Colleen. Dr. No trying to zigzag through on the far outside, Spirit of a Shark. A deep stretch lead for Our Lucky Colleen, and it's Our Lucky Colleen. Final pace coming from Spirit of a Shark, and at the rail is Dr. No. Dr. No delivers. Randy Waples and Dr. No getting through at the inside in a time of 1:49, and he has just equaled the older pacing horse track record. Mohawk's third race field picking up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing and exploding from the outside is DC's Bunny. He wants the front and he gets the front. DC's Bunny's on the point early. Jans came into the pocket spot. In at the rail third, Fantastic Span. Driven through fourth is Tarpol and Hanover. The fifth one back is Michael's Marvel. Off the speed sixth, American Hero. And the early trailer from in seventh as they roll to the quarter is Tough Luck. And the group of seven is being led by DC's Bunny. DC's Bunny rocketed to command. He's there in 26 and 2 to check in at the opening quarter. Back into the pocket spot, Jan's Cam. Maybe not for long. Here comes George Brennan right lining Jan's Cam, who loops up around DC's Bunny. So lead change takes place up the backstretch. It's Jan's Cam now on the lead. Back in second we go 2 lengths to find DC's Bunny. Campbell's on the move third with Fantastic Span, and fourth at the inside is Tarpol and Hanover. Racing along in fifth is Michael's Marvel. American Hero is sixth. Trailing the field seventh is Tough Luck, and they're at the half in 54 and 2, 28 seconds, still going strong in that second panel. On the lead as they travel the far turn, it's Brennan and Jan's Cam. It's Jan's Cam on the point. Back into the pocket spot second. Now we go to find Fantastic Span. DC's Bunny's had enough and drops back up on the outside and rallying now as we move into the final quarter mile is Tarpol in Hanover. Riding his cover up into fifth. Now fourth is Michael's Marvel. Getting underway from the backfield is American Hero and the trailer Tough Luck. 3/4 of a mile, and it's on the board with pace setter Jan's Cam up front by 3/4 time in 1:22. Fantastic Span is second. Tarpol in Hanover. Jameson sets him down for the drive, and on the far outside, closing now is Michael's Marvel. Jan's Cam's wheels are wobbling on the outside. Michael's Marvel is swept past, and it's Michael's Marvel to score the 6-1 upset to start tonight's pick 7. Michael's Marvel, a driving off winner. Tight battle for second. On the outside, it was the 6 American Hero, and Jan's Cam stayed for third. Mile time 1:50 and 4. Michael's Marvel in a lifetime best. Nine of the sport's top disc staffers are on the gate for the first elimination of the Roses Are Red Stakes. Here they come. They're off and pacing and fast away from the outside of the gate is Digga Digga with that explosive gate kick. Also leaving out with her goes Miss Galvanator, and in at the rail third, Born Storyteller. Trying to get into a hole there from fourth is Cabrini Hanover towards the inside. If you could see what I see is fifth. Sixth off the switch left out KG Catriona. Getting down to the rail seventh is Marnie Hall, and the last two in the field as they travel to the quarter, Illusionist and Chot at Milk. They're at the opening station in single file fashion, 27 and 3. The opening quarter flashes up. Putting it on the board is Digga Digga, who stretched out her lead to 2 lengths as they make their way up the backstretch. Towards the inside second is Miss Galvanator, and here comes Campbell on the move now. First over with Cabrini Hanover. She's up into third. Backed up fourth towards the inside is Brennan now with Born Storyteller. Further back in fifth is If You Could See What I See, and gapping out sixth a little bit towards the inside is KG Catriona. On their way to the half, Digga Digga and Cabrini Hanover lock horns and butt heads through a 55 and 2 first half clip. Second quarter was 27 and 4, a tick slower than the opener. Digga Digga, Cabrini Hanover go at it around the far turn. Right there with them third is Miss Galvanator. Tipped out fourth is Born Storyteller. Riding third over cover. Fifth now is If You Could See What I See. KG Catriona from sixth. Trying to shoot through an opening at the inside there. Seventh is Marnie Hall, and she drives into a blind switch. Up on the outside, Chot at Milk, and the trailer coming off the final turn is Illusionist. Bumper to bumper disc staffers at 3/4 and 1:22 and 4/5, and it's Digga Digga trying to go the distance. In the pocket spot, Miss Galvanator wants out. Marnie Hall wants out at the rail. Flipping out off cover, Born Storyteller up on the extreme outside is KG Catriona. They're 5 across, and if you could see what I see, wants a lane 2. Coming on between horses, Miss Galvanator. A final surge from Born Storyteller. A thriller goes to Miss Galvanator on the inside. An 80-to-1 shot in 151 takes tonight's first. Roses are red, stakes elimination. Trotting mares on the gate for tonight's 5th race. It's the Armbro Flight Stakes Elimination. Here they come. They're off and trotting, and first off the wings, hustles out Ecstatic. Next door to her is Mystical Sunshine. And leaving hard from the far outside, trots out Pink Ribbons. In at the rail 4th, Peaceful Way. Shooting through 5th is World Class Image. Getting away 6th in the early going is A Very Natty Girl. 7th on the outside as they move into the first turn is Ticket to Glide. And then it's back on the inside to Spice Girl Cosmos. Last 2 in the field are Sensual Hall and Goddess of Chaos. Everyone has found a seat, including David Miller, who's perched on the point with Ecstatic through a 27-2 opening quarter clip. Right there, nose to helmet from 2nd is Pink Ribbons. 2 lengths back in 3rd is Mystical Sunshine. In at the rail 4th is Peaceful Way for Richie, and he gives her the heave-ho to the outside. First up she comes, and it's Peaceful Way rocketing out of the 4-hole up into 3rd, now to 2nd, and Peaceful Way will forge her way to the front for Richie before they hit the half. Back in 2nd now, Ecstatic racing 3rd, Pink Ribbons. Mystical Sunshine is 4th. World Class Image is right there 5th. A Very Natty Girl 6th on the outside, and they've gone a half in 56-2. In at the rail, saving ground 7th now, Spice Girl Cosmos. Ditto on the inside 8th for Goddess of Chaos. Moving up on the outside now into 9th is Ticket to Glide, and the trailer in 10th with a long way to come is Sensual Hall. About 8 or 9 from the front as they near 3/4. Still up front, it's Peaceful Way. Right there 2nd in the pocket spot is Ecstatic. First over now, up on the outside and into 3rd. Here comes Mystical Sunshine, and out there 4th with cover, World Class Image. World Class trotting mares make their way to 3/4 in 1:25 and 1/5, and it's Peaceful Way coming into the stretch. Outside of her in 2nd is Mystical Sunshine. Ecstatic is 3rd. The outside 4th, A Very Natty Girl with World Class Image, and late trot coming on the far outside now from Willette and Ticket to Glide. Here is Peaceful Way. Peaceful Way rebounding with a big league performance tonight. She won it by 3 lengths, and she was wrapped up in getting it done. 2nd best was Ecstatic. Finishing 3rd was Mystical Sunshine. 4th was A Very Natty Girl, and the mile time was 1:52 and 2/5 seconds, just a 1/5 of a second off her own Canadian and track record. Starters called the field. They're on the gate now for tonight's 6th race. It's post time. Sixth race field picking up speed. They're off and pacing and powering up on the far outside. Here comes Red Pop. Look at this cat scat. Red Pop off the wings to grab control of the racetrack early for Brian Sears. In at the rail 2nd left out, Rare Jewel. Going to tuck in 3rd is Casey's Bonanza. Lincoln Park adeptly tucks into 4th for Jameson in the early going. Backed off to be 5th as they travel to the quarter is Pronger. Off the speed from back in 6th is Campbell with Pacific Mariner. In at the rail 7th is Holborn Hanover, and the trailer in 8th is Armbro Anime. Opening quarter flashing up in 20 36-1, and off the shelf it's Red Pop on the point for Sears, taking the field to 3/8. Right there, second, Rare Jewel. Sitting at Chili third inside is Casey's Bonanza. Lincoln Park is fourth, Pronger fifth, sixth on the inside, Pacific Mariner. Backed up seventh is Holborn Hanover, and the trailer in eighth is Armbro Animate. Nobody budging from the backfield just yet. Suddenly, Christopher is on the move first up with Pronger as they near the half. Red Pop got an easy second quarter. He's at the half in 55-3. He's going to feel the first overheat now from Pronger, who's right up alongside and steps back on the gas. And driving back on is Red Pop. Red Pop reclaims a half-length lead. Outside in second now is Pronger. Right there, third, Rare Jewel. Setting it up second over on the outside is Pacific Mariner. Gapping out a bit at the rail is Casey's Bonanza. Third over is Holborn Hanover, and he's got lethal closing speed. Zeron has him three from the front, and he's got three wide cover in the form of Campbell and Pacific Mariner. So suddenly they swarm Red Pop. He hits three quarters in 1:23 and 1/5. Outside, Pronger did the dirty work from first over. He's called it a night. From off his cover now, Pacific Mariner, and roaring up on the outside. Here comes Holborn Hanover and Zeron. Holborn Hanover with a ferocious late kick has gone past them all. Holborn Hanover driving off winner by 4 lengths. Second best was Pacific Mariner, and third was Lincoln Park. Mile time 1:49.4. Pacers on the gate for tonight's 7th race. Here they come. They're off and pacing fast away from the inside is GT's JJ. In fact, the fastest off the wings by leaps and bounds. GT's JJ rockets to the front. Casimir Bad Moon Rising pockets up nicely, and Durham's Cam is right there third. An early gap of 4 lengths back to Secret's Nephew from in fourth. Inside fifth is Impeccable. Off the speed in sixth now for Jameson is All-American Kane. Further back in the field, race out seventh is Bonafide Example, followed by Art Form and 4-Star Cisco. And the opening quarter pops up in 25-4. Compliments of Luke Willette and GT's JJ, who's out there on a 2-length lead. Back into the pocket spot from second is Casimir Bad Moon Rising. Durham's Cam third. Secret's Nephew tightens up fourth now. Towards the rail in fifth is Impeccable. Sixth one back is All-American Kane. And the trio of trailers from their outside starting spots, Bonafide Example, Art Form, and 4-Star Cisco is allowed to shoot up the rail. Half a mile, 54 4/5 seconds. Round the far turn, and on the point it's GT's JJ first up, and prompting the pace now is Durham's Cam. Backing away from third, unable to keep that pocket spot filled, is Casimir Bad Moon Rising. Outside now moving fourth with cover is Secret's Nephew. On the move in fifth comes Impeccable. Then it's All-American Kane. Outside of him is Bonafide Example. 4-Star Cisco buried at the rail. And moving up on the far outside, Art Form. Three-quarter time is up in 1:22 and 4/5. GT's JJ still clings bravely to the lead. Outside in second, Durham's Cam is trying to grind him down. Out there third is Secret's Nephew. On the far outside, splitting through, is Impeccable into fourth now. And striking the front in deep stretch is Durham's Cam. It looks as though he's put away GT's JJ. Can he hold off Secret's Nephew? Durham's Cam, GT's JJ, Secret's Nephew. Here is Durham's Cam to get it done at 7-1. Second on the outside, Secret's Nephew. Back in third was GT's JJ. It's Durham's Cam in 1:50 2/5. 10 is moving in, lining up now for tonight's 8th race from Mohawk Racetrack. And what a way to start the Summer Nights Racing Meet. A Canadian classic. It's the Canadian Pacing Derby final. Here they come. They're off and pacing in from the outside of the gate. The first one to fire out is Liz Mara, one of many that will be firing. Boulder Creek is going hard at the rail. My Pan Mars up into the top 3, and out there fourth is Hop Sing backed off. Leading Example scrambling into a hole from in 5th. Ponder a 6th on the outside, and there is a traffic jam in the middle of the pack. In the meantime, open road and clear sailing for Brian Sears and Liz Mara to make the front. Boulder Creek in 2nd, My Pan Mar from 3rd, Hop Sing 4th, inside 5th, Leading Example. The opening quarter's only 26 and 3. Overland from 6th now is Ponder trying to get some flow started up there for Ron Pierce. In at the rail from 7th as they make their way up the back stretches. Jameson locked in with Maltese Artist. Outside of him is Casimir Cam Ocean. Then it's further back to Buckeye 1 and Escape the Wind. And Casimir Cam Ocean made a break in the backfield. John Campbell is sighting My Pan Mar to the front in the 2nd quarter. And back in 2nd now, Liz Mara will get covered up. Boulder Creek is 3rd towards the inside, racing just off the speed 4th Hop Sing, and they're at the half in 53 and 4/5 seconds. Rolling around the far turn, and it's My Pan Mar up front for Campbell. Right there 2nd, Liz Mara continuing. 3rd is Boulder Creek. Hop Sing is 4th. In at the rail 5th. A little bit steppy is Leading Example. Tipped out from 6 now, Ponder, and Ponder's been mired in traffic since the word go for Pierce. Coming to 3/4, and it's My Pan Mar still up front by a length. 2nd in the pocket spot, Liz Mara. Boulder Creek is right there 3rd, and they've hit 3/4 in 1:20 and 4/5 seconds. Coming off the turn, and it's still Campbell and My Pan Mar outside in 2nd. Here comes the new kid on the block in this older pacing horse division. It is Liz Mara, and it's Liz Mara up on the outside, and he's no flash in the pan. Liz Mara on the outside has got the better of My Pan Mar in deep stretch, and it's Brian Sears and Liz Mara to get it done in the 64th edition of the Canadian Pacing Derby, and the mile time is 1:48 and 4/5. New track record for older pacing horses, and he has just equaled the all-time Mohawk track record. Ninth race field is on the gate. Here they come. They're off and pacing, kicking up dirt, missed the gate. From the outside, first to fire out is Smithsonian. Going with them pound for pound is Stonebridge Galaxy, and going out at the rail is Shattered Halo. To the front will go Stonebridge Galaxy. In at the rail 2nd, Shattered Halo just off the speed. In 3rd, Smithsonian takes an early tuck. Off the speed 4th now, Grin Some More. Back into 5th is Northern Trail. And late for the gate, trailing the field by 3 more lengths, is Kicking Up Dirt. Here's the opening quarter, rings up in 25 and 4/5 seconds. Xeron with the pedal to the metal to make the front with Stonebridge Galaxy. Back in 2nd, Shattered Halo. Smithsonian is 3rd. Up and at it 4th now. Jameson is on the attack with Grin Some More. Going to pick up that 2nd over cover is Northern Trail into 5th now for Sears. And back in 6th and last is Kicking Up Dirt. On their way to the half, they chase Stonebridge Galaxy. Jameson on the outside 2nd, powering up with Grin Some More. Back in 3rd is Shattered Halo. 4th at the rail is Smithsonian. Northern Trail is 5th. 6th and last is Kicking Up Dirt. A heavy-duty 54-second first half. And on to the far turn, it's Grin Some More by 2 lengths now. Back in 2nd, we go to find Stonebridge Galaxy with Shattered Halo 3rd at the rail. Outside 4th moves up Northern Trail. In at the rail 5th now, Smithsonian. And gapped out is Kicking Up Dirt. 3/4 of a mile is coming up next. Still Grin Some More by that length and a half margin. Back in 2nd, Stonebridge Galaxy. Shattered Halo 3rd. Just spinning his wheels tonight is Northern Trail in 4th. 3/4 time was 1:21 and 2/5 seconds. They're into the stretch. And it's all Jameson and Grin Some More opening up by 2 lengths now. Back in 2nd, Stonebridge Galaxy. Smithsonian has rode the cones every step of the way, and he's coming on for 2nd now for Lightning Luke. But it's still Grin Some More there by a length and a half, and they're not going to catch Grin Some More, who went on a monster trip tonight to get it done in 1:49 and 1/5. 3354 tractor, 262.20, and the payout price in the pick 3, 141.90. Field of 9 for tonight's 10th race. It's the second Roses Are Red Stakes elimination. Here they come. They're off and pacing and fired up from the outside. Goes up front Dragonfly, leaving with her from down the center. Burning Point. Drop down to the rail. Third is Rest of Hanover. Just off the speed in fourth is Valley Electric. Fifth one getting away is KG Delight. Off the speed sixth is In Vitro. Seventh taking a tuck is 4 Stars It. Then it's West End and the early trailer Gifted Sealster. To the front in a rush went up front Dragonfly, buzzing the field over the opening quarter in 25 4/5 seconds. In the pocket spot from second is Burning Point. In at the rail from third, Rest of Hanover, and fourth with them is Valley Electric. Here comes Pierce on the move right now with the anticipated quarter pole attack as Burning Point is on the point. Burning Point clears. Back in second now it's up front Dragonfly, third at the rail Rest of Hanover, Valley Electric fourth, KG Delight fifth, In Vitro sixth, underway seventh is 4 Stars It. Then in the backfield, Gifted Sealster and West End. Up and at it to the outside, Valley Electric is on the move through a 55-2 first half. 29-3 is all they went in the second quarter. It's Burning Point onto the far turn, leading it by half a length. Second on the outside is Valley Electric on that rated first over advance. At the rail third is up front Dragonfly. Outside fourth now with some cover is KG Delight. Bottled up fifth is Rest of Hanover. Sixth on the outside and ready to spring from off cover is In Vitro. Then it's a locked up 4 Stars It. Outside is West End, and the trailer at the rail is Gifted Sealster. 3/4 time in 1:23-1, and Burning Point kicks away by 2 lengths now. Back in second is up front Dragonfly. Outside in third is Valley Electric, and here comes In Vitro kicking out off cover, but it's still Burning Point there by 2 lengths. Back in second is up front Dragonfly. Late pace from In Vitro, and it is the Daughters of Camluck who will finish 1-2 in this Roses Are Red Stakes elimination. Burning Point wins it. Second best on the outside was In Vitro, and they were home in 150 4/5. 11th race field on its way. They're off and pacing, and first to fire from the outside of the gate, there goes Walloo, and it's Walloo marching to the lead here for Luke Willette. Coming after him on the outside is Super 88 to grab second. In at the rail third, drives out Blue Burner, and tucked in fourth is Red Star Senator. Outside fifth, Escapable Bow getting into the flow early. Backed off sixth is Extreme 3, and the trailer from in seventh position is Stonebridge Regal. Over to the opening quarter, and it's Walloo put up front. He's at that opening station in 26-2. Back in second, the long shot Super 88. And 2 lengths in third, it's Blue Burner. Red Star Senator continues fourth. Escapable Bow is sitting fifth at the rail. Sixth in the backfield, Extreme 3. Gapped out by 4 more lengths is Stonebridge Regal last. Up the backstretch, they blaze a path to the half-mile point. And on the lead, it's Walloo racing in that pocket spot. Super 88 first up, and at it comes Blue Burner now from third. With cover fourth, Red Star Senator. Escapable Bow is still gapped out fifth, but he tips to the outside. Extreme 3 has one rival beaten. That's Stonebridge Regal, who's last, through a 54 1/2. And it's Blue Burner, who has rocketed his way to the front for Brian Sears. Left uncovered is Red Star Senator up in his second now. In at the rail third, Waloo Maloo with cover fourth out there. Escapable Bow as Condren is creeping closer and closer to the front. Outside fifth with that one's cover, Extreme 3. Then it's back to Super 88, and the trailer is Stonebridge Regal. Three-quarter time, it's up in 1:21 3. Coming off the turn and to the front, it's Red Star Senator. A Red Star Senator up front by a length. Out off his cover now, here comes Escapable Bow, and two familiar faces from Western Canada are going to slug it out here. It's Red Star Senator with a short lead. Escapable Bow on the outside second, and diving to the inside third now, here comes Extreme 3 for Waples. Noble Senator grits his teeth and won't give in. It's Red Star Senator to get it done, and he is home in 1:48 4/5. 12th race field swings off the turn into the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Newton Angus was just off the gate from the inside. BJ's Boomerang drives out. Hardman number 1 is coming at him from the outside. Finnegan Hanover is also driving on out of there. And Precious Revenge on the far outside sweeps up for position. Bidding for time got away fourth. Nellfire drops in fifth. Sixth outside is Pinstripe Poker. And the one that gapped the gate trails, that's Newton Angus. Into the first turn. Put up front in the early going by Jody Jameson as BJ's Boomerang, who's on the point, controlling it by a length. Hardman number 1 is in the pocket spot second through a 26 4 opening quarter. 2 lengths in third, we go to find Finnegan Hanover, and then a gap of some 4 or 5 lengths back. Racing fourth, Precious Revenge. Towards the inside fifth is Bidding for Time. Getting underway 6 now to the outside as they continue up the backstretch. Pinstripe Poker's on the move. Then it's back to Nellfire, and the trailer gapped out is Newton Angus. On their way to the half, it's BJ's Boomerang getting a big-time breather in the second quarter for Jameson as he walks the field to the half. Off the 26 4 quarter, he's at the half in 56. So 29 1 in the second panel. Right there, second in the pocket spot, Hardman number 1. First up is Bidding for Time into third now. Locked up fourth, Finnegan Hanover. Covered up fifth outside is Pinstripe Poker. Sixth at the rail is Precious Revenge. Seventh in Overland, third over Nellfire. And the trailer Newton Angus as the field nears three quarters. It's been BJ's Boomerang totally unstressed throughout. He has dictated terms. 2 3/4 for Jody Jameson in 1:24 4. That was 28 4 third quarter speed. He has to be iron tough to catch from here. It's BJ's Boomerang still leading it. Hardman number 1 is being asked to keep up second now. Totally locked up tight is Finnegan Hanover, crawling over horses in the backfield for Luke Willett. Far outside comes Pinstripe Poker, but it's BJ's Boomerang grabbing that 3-length insurance policy coming off the turn. Finnegan Hanover springs loose too late. He'll be second best though, and tight at the rail for third was Hardman number 1. Fourth on the outside, Pinstripe Poker. BJ's Boomerang 1:51 4, 27 seconds on the end of it. Thirteenth race field picking up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing and pounding his way out of there goes Astronomical. Astronomical is joined 2 doors down by Can't Work Like This, and it's Can't Work Like This to rush to the front. He has out-sprinted Astronomical, who's quite content to be second. In at the rail third, Franco Catapult. Fourth on the outside is IZ, and maybe Astronomical's not content with the 2-hole. Luke Willett right lines him before they grab the turn, and he's up on the outside to make the front. Back in second is Long Shot, I Can't Work Like This. Third on the outside is IZ, 26 6 and 3. They smoked the opening quarter, and it's Astronomical on the lead. Not for long. Here comes IZ to rush past him. In at the rail, third is I Can't Work Like This. Back and forth is Franco Catapult. Fifth is He's a Nice Guy. Sixth at the rail is Putnam Romeo. Getting underway from seventh in the backfield is Speed Demon. Then it's back to Awesome Light, followed by Silent Swing and Sinai Trails. And up the backstretch, we have action. Chris Christopher is on the move, and he's going to brush his way to the front with Franco Catapult, who takes over from IZ right at the half in 55 seconds. Left uncovered on the outside, now up into third as He's a Nice Guy. Astronomical is buried at the rail fourth. Overland from fifth is Speed Demon. Sixth on the inside is I Can't Work Like This. Then third over is Awesome Light. Doubled up, jammed up at the rail is Putnam Romeo, now eighth. Ninth on the outside is Silent Swing, and the trailer is Cyanide, gapped out 10th. 3/4 of a mile coming up next, and Ron Pierce is out in 3 wide land already. Here comes Speed Demon. 3/4 in 1:22 and 4/5. And with a short lead coming off the turn is Franco Catapult. He's about to get swallowed up. Speed Demon on the outside is coming past now, and it's Speed Demon pacing away. Ron Pierce and Speed Demon will cap off this 13-race marathon here at Mohawk, and it's going to be Speed Demon to get it done. Speed Demon 3-2 on the board, 3-2 the best. Second best was Franco Catapult. Late rushing third was Putnam Romeo. Tight for fourth, either IZ or He's a Nice Guy. Speed Demon wins the swan song in 1:49 and 3.